With realization of one's own potential and self-confidence in one's ability, one can build a better world. What is up, humans? I thought that quote was perfect for this video because in the last video we talked about potential, and in this video we are going to be talking about self-confidence. I think in the last two videos they were motivational and inspirational, so it brought out a lot of doubt in people. Also, by the end of this video, I'm going to tell you what this channel is mainly going to be focusing on. I put a lot of thought into it, but I think you figured it out by now. But let's get right into the tips first. The first tip I'm going to give you is to let go of things that no longer serve you. Whether it's your past trauma, the people that no longer support you, or your environment. For me, my past trauma was when my parents divorced when I was 12 years old. And I thought that I had to come from a complete nuclear family in order to have the best life. When in reality, the best life is the one that you create for yourself. Looking back, the fact that I internalized that actually brought me a lot of anger, resentment, and sadness. So it didn't help me in any way to think that just because I didn't come from a nuclear family, that my life wasn't any better than anyone else's. Because it really didn't make a difference. It's just how I saw it. Also, this applies for the people that you surround yourself with. I think it is important to be really mindful of the type of emotions that these people give you. Even though you might find comfort in these people, it doesn't mean that they're giving you the best thing that you could possibly have in terms of emotion, support, feedback, and advice. So really think about who you hang around with, because if they're not helping you and supporting you in your endeavors, you should probably minimize your interactions with them. In terms of your environment, everything gives off a certain energy, and if things that are old remind you of your past self that you really don't enjoy, you should probably just get rid of it. For me, I had clothes over 10 years old for an image that I have of myself that I didn't feel the best about. So I donated the clothes to the people that needed it the most, and it was a win-win situation. I got rid of it and they got something that they needed. You could probably also sell things that you don't need as well, as long as you get rid of the energy and things that don't serve you anymore. The second tip that I'm going to give you that's going to help you let go of things that no longer serve you and be more confident is to focus on things that you have control over and that you have choices in. For example, I realized that it didn't make sense for me to internalize something that I had no control over in terms of my parents' divorce. If two people didn't love each other, it was absolutely not up to me. There are so many things in this world that you have control over, and people aren't one of them. So keep that in mind. Even if someone chooses to not have a choice, that's also a choice. And the third tip I'm going to give you is going to help you with the next two tips, and that is to view things from a certain perspective. The perspective that things are not a big deal. I think a lot of us feel like we're the main character of our own story, and we kind of are, but you're not a TV show and you're not a book. There doesn't have to be a climax or a season finale. You don't have to view anything as something that is built up and put on a pedestal. You can always view it in a way where it's a small step in the right direction, and that's how I got started with this channel. And this is also going to help you with the next step, and that is to do something you've never done before but you always wanted to do, because you're basically venturing into the unknown and you don't know what's going to happen. I think a lot of people have a fear of uncertainty, so once you do something like this, you'll have an idea that you'll be fine regardless of what happens. And while doing something is important, I think the fifth tip is the most important one, and that is to create something. When I first started this channel, I had absolutely no experience talking to a camera. I wasn't a public speaker. I also didn't have any experience editing, but I came out of this fine, if not better. I learned so much by doing this, and you can do it too and take small steps in the right directions by thinking that it's not a big deal. It doesn't matter if it's going to be well received, but I think a lot of times when we want to create or build something, a lot of us compare ourselves to people that are very far ahead, and it really doesn't make sense. It was Jordan Peterson who said, don't compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. And it couldn't be more true, because that's the only competition you really have. Everybody is on their own path. So I hope you found those tips useful. Also, I mentioned that I figured out what this channel is mainly going to be focusing on, and I did it by thinking what was most important to me. That was health, fitness, self-improvement, philosophy, and I wanted to pick something that encompassed everything. That was personal growth. I would love to hear your feedback and any comments you have on this video. If you enjoyed this video or found it interesting, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel, and also hit that bell icon. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time.